What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Driver's DNA. My name is Rohit, and today we're gonna start a new series. So guys, today we're gonna do what I'm gonna call an accessibility review of a car. So this is to help, my people out there with disabilities like me, my case, an eye condition. So I thought I would cover, this is gonna be sort of a summarized review, but just mainly the things that pertain to helping someone maybe with disabilities or what I like about the car that might help someone, like in my case, with vision. So this is going to be kind of a little bit more focused to that. I will do a general full review of the whole car, for general consumer advice, but I thought this would be something fun to kind of do. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, guys, and let's get into it. Alright, so today, as you can see in this beautiful Apex Blue metallic, we are in the 2024 Acura MDX A-Spec. The interior of this car is so modern and yet simple, but it's got the right combination of things. So let's take a look. Alright guys, here we go. So welcome to the other side of the camera, and we're going to start with the steering wheel. Obviously pretty good place to start. That's where your hands are the most of the time. And so here, the helpful features that I found here. I like that all of the buttons you can see here are physical buttons. There's no capacitive touch like we're seeing in some newer cars today. This is a new car as well, but at least I like that Acura here stuck with tactile buttons there. Down here for the window switches, the door locks, the mirror adjustment, all of that is tactile. Physical door handles, all that stuff is very good to see because you can operate it fully through touch and you don't have to look at it. And for me, that helps a lot. So moving on, now here, this has become a pretty common occurrence. We have a digital dash, right? And you can see that the speedometer there is shown right in the middle with large font. So that makes it really easy to see from far away, which I really like. So you can see we have our rev counter there on the left and speedometer, or an analog-esque version of the speedometer on the right. And in the center you can see what position the car is in, and fuel gauge right here on the left there, and what gear you're in. So all of this information for the most part is denoted very, with high contrast and with good font size. I really like that they did that, and even in my Honda CR-V it's very similar, and I'll be doing that car as well, so don't worry, you'll see that soon. Alright, up next guys, so here's the center screen, right? In this case with the 2024 MDX, this is not a touchscreen, so they did add that for the 2025 functionality, but this is not a touchscreen. And, it took me some time to get used to, but I'm okay with it. Because we have this little trackpad to use. Now, I know, trackpad can be like, are you sure? But, actually, I find that with this nice stabilizing armrest they gave, right? What you would do is you would rest your arm like this, and then you can just touch your options. Very, very nice and easy. And, it actually is something you can very easily get used to, and if you look on the right side, there's a separate touchpad to operate that side. And I do like the audio feedback you might have heard there, so that helps you to know while you're driving that you've touched the screen or that you've manipulated it in some way. And I do like that they do that, and this is a pretty good sized screen. Like, it's not bad. I can't say that I can read everything from back here, but as you can see, the graphics are very clear, and it is, contrast, everything like that is good. And so overall the system operates pretty well so far, and I don't have anything to complain about. Another thing I like here on the center stack here is our AC HVAC controls. Now you can see everything is there's a lot of piano black, okay, for sure. That's, you know, it's gonna get a little bit of fingerprinty, but if you take care of it, it should be fine. But it does look really nice and sleek. But here on the HVAC controls, for example, to control temperature, you just pull up and down on these little tongues. And I think that's a really nice, it's got a very satisfying sound, as you can hear. And it is a really great way to be able to manipulate the temperature while you're driving without having to take your eyes off the road. And I think that is really, really crucial. Alright guys, so as you can see here, this is your drive mode selector. Now it does have a pretty good, I would rate it 7 or 8 out of 10 in tactility. Now as you can see when I rotate this, you get these really cool graphics for the different drive modes. And I think that's really nice because one, it shows up nice and big, so you can very easily see. And the wheel only rotates, you know, along those 4 options. And so it makes it easy to operate without looking, and I think that's a really great addition, and it feels really good to use. Nice feedback and sort of resistance when you turn. And now another really great, unique thing to the MDX here, or to, you know, a lot of newer Acura products, is this sort of push-button transmission that we have here. So you guys can see right now I'm stopped, obviously, you know, out here, you know, in the parking lot. So if we look down here right now, park is highlighted. So that means we're in park, and it's just a button, which is cool. Now reverse here, you can see is a little pull toggle. It's like a small kind of trigger almost. So you'll see that when I hold the brake down and I pull into that, we get our backup camera. So as you can see, the graphics are pretty good, and as you rotate the wheel, the camera manipulates with the little overlay lines. You do have that kind of, you know, parking sensor view over there. It's not exactly 360, I think that's a Type S thing, but, you know, do I think they really should have given that for the price point of this car? Yeah, but, see, you do get some different options down there at the bottom, and, yeah, I think this is a very clean camera. As you can see, it's already, you know, daylight's fading quite a bit out here, and, you know, the camera is still showing a really good image, so I think that's pretty good. Now, if we come back to park, you can hear a really satisfying button press. And then we have, of course, neutral and drive. Now this button is for drive and sport mode, as you can see. So that allows you to shift manually using, of course, our paddle shifters here, which are really good. They're a very nice, a little bit of shiny aluminum chromed look, but they have a really nice tactile feel when you pull them. As you can see here, so this button is also just really easy to reach for, you know, nothing, you don't even have to look to use this transmission, and that's really nice. For example, the BMW that we used to have, you'll see that video shortly, guys, the car that we traded in for this. That one had one of those joystick transmissions. Sometimes it would be in gear, sometimes it wouldn't. You had no way of really knowing unless you look at the dashboard. Now, once again, down here, we have, you know, wireless phone charging. Just a nice, easy place to put stuff in, and nice big cup holders. So everything is really good and tactile here. All your climate controls, seat heating and cooling, and all that stuff is just laid out. So if you memorize where the buttons are, you can just keep tapping them. And nice push to start button here. You know, very easy to feel and use, and so far just everything in here is a really nice texture to touch, for sure. Alright guys, so here, hey, say hello to yourself. So this is the rear view mirror, obviously, and I like that the frame is very minimal, right? Not much border, and so you can see a lot through this. I apologize, it's kind of dark back there, it's pretty late in the day, but this is a really nice rear view mirror. It's pretty standard, there's no screen or anything, but for what it is, it's simple and nice and works well and easy to see out of. And I just like that it's a very, you know, it doesn't have much framing. It's a very, you know, a lot of glass there to see through the mirror, and I think that's a good setup. Once again, up here for cabin lighting, right, we have physical buttons, right, which I really like, right? Once again, I'm not a huge fan of anything capacitive because you have to take your eyes off the road to use it, and sometimes you gotta wait for feedback, and it's just not great. So I like that that is a physical button. I think that's a really good attention to detail there, for sure. The blind spot monitoring system, most of the time it's set up in the mirror there, right, on most cars, and you know, sometimes that can be difficult to see, especially in really sunny conditions. But I like here that in this car, it's actually right there. There's this little indicator, similar to like you might have seen in the Cybertruck. It's right here, and I think that's a really good addition because it makes it easy to see in really sunny conditions, and I appreciate that a lot. Alright guys, so one other thing that I really like about this car, other than the trackpad here with all these physical buttons to go home and back, and this nice sort of touch action that you get, I like that the volume knob is right here. Very high quality feeling. You can feel each notch, which is really cool. And also the track skip and rewind button. Very, very nice and tactile feeling there. And another really good addition for, you know, anyone that, you know, may struggle with something capacitive or doesn't want to deal with that. So I really like that. We also have in the piano black here, guys, I know it's a little difficult to see, so I'll try to maybe get some daytime shots as well. But we have a, you know, button to turn off auto stop start and brake hold. So this is kind of nice in traffic. If you come to a complete stop, you can take your foot off the brake pedal and it will continue to keep the car stopped. So that's kind of a cool addition. And then of course here's something else tactile. You click this and you get your USB A and C port, which is a really great addition to have. And I like everything in this car. Feels very nice, clicky, and I think that's a great addition. Another great feature here, guys, is the center console. Sorry, we're out of focus. Okay, so as you can see here, it opens like a totally normal center console. Of course, you get another USB port in there, which is cool. This is just my glasses wiping cloth, but very deep. Now, what's really cool with this is when you close it and you push the second button here, you get a little tray for, you know, fits a phone back there perfectly and maybe a pen. So this is a really good use of space, and once again, just something very easy to use without looking. So like you can have, these are your two buttons that I was using right there. So there's this one right there and this one right here that will open the whole thing. So that's very cool. Alright guys, so here's another view when it's a little bit darker outside. Well, I mean, trust me, it is dark outside. But, so here's the instrument cluster again. You can kind of see a little bit more of the really good contrast they have going on. Buttons are pretty well lit. I'm assuming you can probably adjust this brightness and things like that. Nice ambient lighting, as you can see, all throughout the car, which there is subtle lighting down there, so you might have to take my word for it a bit here, but you can see kind of in the back as well, just that little bit of blue. But yeah, there's some pretty good ambient lighting, and I think that always helps, you know, to just add a little bit more ease of sight. Alright guys, well, that's it for this video. So let me know what you guys think about this and any ways that I can improve to maybe help you guys out a little bit more. You know, just wanted to do something that maybe, you know, I could give you guys a little bit of a different perspective as someone with, you know, some vision issues. So yeah, let me know guys what you think of this and what more I can do to improve for you guys. I will be having a full review overall of this car as well, so I'll try to do both on each car that I do. So let me know what you guys think, and thank you so much for watching. Drop a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.